So today we're doing lesson 43. We're doing more multiplying, but it's not just monomials. We were working on monomials before, remember. Those are one term. So I'm zooming way in because these are tiny problems. So if we have to simplify this, remember we multiply our coefficients, 5 times 2 is 10, and add our exponents, 3 plus 2. Move on over here. Negative 3 times negative 8 is positive 24. And add your exponents and you get x squared. Last one, this always freaks people out, but you're just going to put those in your calculator. 1/2 times 3/4 gives you 3/8, and then add your exponents. X squared and x to the 9 is x to the 11. Y to the 5th and y to the 1 is y to the 6. Now down here, we're going to distribute for exercise 2. I know I have to distribute because this thing in parentheses has more than one term. Remember, terms are separated by plus signs and minus signs. So what I'm going to do, 2x to the 1 times 3x to the 1 is 6x squared. 2x times a negative 1 is minus 2x. Number 2b, distribute to that first term. X squared times 4x squared is 4x to the 4. Add those exponents. And then x squared times 3, you put them together and you get 3x squared. Now we can't combine these two terms because they have different exponents. So that is your answer. Oof. So we're going to distribute here. If that seems like a little crazy to you, you can always write out what you're doing. So I take my outside term times 2xy, okay? Then when I distribute again, I rewrite this, minus 2x squared y to the 3rd, and then times negative 5x. If that's easier for you, go for it. Then you have to multiply this. So I have negative 4. Add your exponents. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Plus negative 2 times negative 5. 10x to the 3rd. Add those exponents. If this step right here seems like too much, well, then you can skip that step. Now here, we've got two sets of parentheses, and both sets of parentheses have add and subtract symbols. So that's not going to help us do the same format that we did before. So what we're going to do is take this x and give it to this set of parentheses. So really you have x times this thing, x minus 6. Then you're going to take this 2 and do the same thing, plus 2 times this guy. So from here now we can distribute x times x is x squared. X and a minus 6, you just smash them together, minus 6x. And then we do the same thing over here, plus 2x. And 2 times a negative 6 is a minus 12. I call this double distribution. When you do double distribution, you're usually going to have like terms to combine. Remember, like terms have the same letter and the same exponent. So we have x squared minus 4x minus 12. When you add, you don't change the exponent. So now I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to rewrite it out. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x. Multiply your big numbers. And now I'm going to distribute my 7. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times 3 is 21. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention. You know you have to do double distribution when in between your parentheses, there are no plus or minus signs. If you see a plus or minus sign here, then that means you're adding or subtracting. Okay, back to the problem. Last thing I do is combine like terms. So I have 2x squared plus 13x plus 21. Okay, let's find the next one. So for this one, it's basically the same type of thing, except you have this little 2 on the outside. That means we have to write this whole problem, 2x plus 5, 2 times, 2x plus 5. After you do that, you're just back to the same old thing. Distribute 2x times 2x, and you get 4x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. And then we're going to do it the same thing here with the 5. 5 times 2x is another 10x. And 5 times 5 is 25. Last thing, combine your like terms. 4x squared plus 20x plus 25. After that, the rest of this is just practice. One of the most important things to do here is to take your time. Okay, the problems don't change. It's just the numbers that change. I'm just going through to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, that's it. So guys, as always, make sure to ask questions if you have any.